Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live on the LI Sports Network. Getting ready for our middle matchup here on the North Rink. Our first varsity game of the evening. It's going to be the Connetquot Sayville T-Birds and the Sachem Hockey Club. Puck drop, here we go. It's the T-Birds who win the opening draw. Logan Booth scoops it up, and they're going to have numbers immediately. Wagner driving, pass across is blocked by Tyler Lorette. Less than 2 weeks away from the Varsity All-Star game. We'll see a couple of the skaters out here tonight participating in that All-Star game. Trying to leave their last marks before the holiday break. As Sachem having a tough time getting it out. Booth couldn't get the shot off. Wagner cycles it back in. Sachem 10-3 entering tonight. Connetquot 5-8. And you look up and down the varsity standings, it's going to be a battle for playoff positioning. It was an 8-1 scoreline last time these two teams met. That came all the way back on October 5th. And you look at the varsity standings today. Sachem Smithtown 1-2 with 23 points apiece. East Islip Sachem 3-4 with 20 points apiece. Out front off the pad. That one friendly fire hits Villani. Backhand try, save Mare on Bicel. Another one deflected Villani. Tom Ford across, trying to put it on goal. Fans now settles. Slides it to Villani, it's pushed off his stick. Petrie pinches to keep it in. That shot deflected down, another pad save. Marcus trying to clear, couldn't get it out. Trapani battles with Villani on the wall. Villani hits the side of the net. Marcus back around. Proscia keeps it deep. Up the wall for Trapani again. A high flip will get out under the glove of Bicel. We continue down the varsity standings. Northport with 5, 2-on-1 chance. Bicel, pad save. Was looking for the rebound to pop right to the captain, Villani. Phenomenal control. Trapani knocks it down, back over the blue, wide on Andres. Trapani flips it over the net, hits the top of the glass, stays in the rink. Trapani off the blocker, kicks back out, Booth scores! You're not gonna see a puck kick like that, I don't think, ever again. A blocked shot off the shin pad, a hard ricochet out of the corner, through the crease and right on the tape of Logan Booth, who one-touches it back in and scores to give the T-Birds a 1-0 lead here in the first period. One nothing to score. Connetquot Sayville holding the lead. Sachem looking to respond. Sachem right back in with an opportunity. It was broken up, but Cruz wins it back. Keeps it deep behind the net. Up top for Cruz. Walks with a wrist shot. That one goes wide of the net. 8th of the season for Booth. Jackalone and Villani picking up apples. Sachem clear the zone. Connetquot gonna regroup here. Solid stand-up defense from Sachem, and it's Drago back in. Pushed off the stick. Barliski puts it to the boards. Saunders engages. Hanley puts it aside. T-Birds get the bounce. It comes out. Pena, a lot of pressure on him from Ogburn. Just moves it ahead quick. Stoltenborg now in. A poke check right off the twig. That was a good read from Petrie. Back in come the T-Birds. Wagner forcing the turnover. Out to the slot, Villani. One-timer! He scores! And just like that, Connetquot is up by 2. The pass from out behind the net, and Villani in the middle of the house with a one-time shot that beats Mare. And it's 2-0 for the T-Birds. Sachem looking to get one back here as it's Wanling into the zone. Hooks it out front, taken away by King. King across to Tom Ford. Offside going to be called here. Go back, look at the varsity standings quick again. St. Anthony Smithtown tied 1-2, 23 points, 3-4 right now. East Islip Sachem at 20. Northport with 18 points in 5th currently. We'll see them on Wednesday night. As it's 1-2, Caden Marcus throws it in hard. We got Ward Melville Smithtown coming up next. And speaking of Ward Melville, they're engaged in the battle right now with teams 7 through 10. We got KPC 16 points, just trailing Northport. But Connetquot, Middle Country, Ward Melville, West Islip, 10, 8, 7, 5 respectively. Those 4 teams certainly in a battle here for those last 2 spots. As Trapani's going to get a breakaway chance, make it a 2-0 over to Calberer. He scores. The captain going to make it 2-1. Great poise from Trapani, makes the move, waits for Calberer to catch up and get even with him. Quick head fake on Hanley, slides it across, and Calberer touches it 5-hole. 2-1 here in the first period. Hanley gonna play this one out. Petrie stops it up, Trapani, stick lift, takes it away. Scissor play at the point, keeps possession. Slides the pass to Calberer. He'll walk back up top with it. Calberer, that chance is blocked up. T-Birds look to get it out. A cross corner dump, and they'll get on the forecheck. Over to Booth. Booth curls behind the net, trying to bank it from the bad angle, hits the side of the cage, back out to the high slot. Trapani dropping down, collects, and Sachem clear. Calberer just got his league leading 39th point of the season. Ties Evan Lafata with 21 goals to lead the league as well. It's been an incredible 25-26 campaign for Cam Calberer so far. Stretched out Trapani. Weaving in Cruz, pops back door. Calberer to Trapani, who scores. And just like that, we're tied up at 2. Saw Trapani to Calberer. Now we see Calberer to Trapani. Two goals in 1 minute and 16 seconds for Sachem to tie this game up. After Connetquot scored their first 2 in a 2-minute span. Saguna around the offensive zone into the slot, hits the skates, and pops to the corner of Horman. Knocked out of the air with a high stick. Lorette's gonna play it back out. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity developing. Horman racing in, shoots it just wide. Back in front, Hanley with the pad save. It's the T-Birds. Bicel stops behind his own net. A lot of pressure from Saguna. T-Birds able to get it out. Booth swoops over to collect. Booth, what a move. Logan Booth shoots, rings the crossbar. That would have gone on the highlight reel for sure. Silky mitts from Booth. Pena back in. No, Horman. Booth's going to collect this. And he's taken down. Going to draw a penalty. Power play upcoming for the Connetquot Sayville T-Birds. Right of Mare. Sachem win the draw. Marcus. Hard wrap to the weak side. It's going to go 200 feet, no problem. Hanley will leave it for Villani. Booth swoops by, leaves the puck. And now it's dished to Wagner. Wagner stops up. Across, and Saunders intercepts. Quickly backhands it out. Foot race between Villani and Drago. They come together, get tied up. Booth trying to help now. Kicks it free. Couple crossovers and now has speed. Logan Booth. Wide on the backhand. Forced around the net. Will stop up on the hash marks. Takes it to the goal line himself. Booth stops up. Trying to get around Moody. Pass over for Ogburn. Knocked aside by Marcus. Point for Villani. He'll roll to the middle. Takes a shot. Save made. Rebound still loose. Diving. Caden Marcus clearing it out of the paint. That chance goes wide from the point. Ogburn trying to settle. And it's cleared out by Sachem. What a play by Marcus in the crease. Villani races in. Off the mask. Off the skates. Does it count? I believe it does. We'll see. Officials going to come together to talk about it. No goal called. Let's first take a look at this stop. Mare with the initial save, rebound, popped up by Bicel. Marcus over, diving to clear the crease. And now Villani comes back in. The wrister knocks the mask off the head of Mare. And he tried to redirect the rebound back in. Again, officials came together for a word and called it no goal. .32 seconds left on the power play. One to the corner. Wagner gets there first, outnumbering the puck. Up top for Booth. Back for Wagner. Scissor play with Booth across to Villani. Villani down the boards for Ogburn. Ogburn. Defended by Cruz. Left it for Bicel. Back for Ogburn to Bicel again. Can't get a shot. Ogburn behind the net for Wagner. Power play expires. 5-on-5 once again. Wagner out of the corner with it. Walks off the back wall to Bicel. Immediate pressure on him. Moves it to Ogburn. Taken by Calberer. Now Cruz has it off the boards for Calberer. Booth stops him at the blue line, keeping the puck in the zone. Back with Roman Cruz. Hard stretch pass ahead. Calberer 2-on-1 with Trapani. Drags for Trapani. Couldn't get the shot off. Booth clears the zone. High flip back to Trapani, who's in 1-on-1. Slides it to Calberer. Off the glove. Then the bar. Knocked out of the air by Villani. Pena resets. Looking long, icing gonna be waved, came under the stick of Larry Andres. Riley into the corner, Andres there with Cruz. Cruz trying to dig it out of the skates, Trapani helping him out. Trapani turns and fires off a stick and out of play. Take a look at the chance here for Sachem. Trapani again just delaying before putting it right in the wheelhouse of Kalber. Off the glove, off the bar, and Villani just gets a piece to swat it away from Cruz, who was crashing hard to the net. And I'm gonna need a moment here as looks like Mare's got a mask issue. It looks like they might provide two options here. This seems like they want to keep things moving. It seems like DiGirolamo going to offer up the mask for Mare for a moment here while his mask gets fixed. Or it looks like DiGirolamo is going to have to come into the game for a moment while Mare's mask gets fixed. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, it looks like Mare. Yeah, Mare's going to head out to get his helmet fixed. DiGirolamo going to come into the game here. 4 minutes left in the first period. So a goalie change for Sachem due to the equipment issue. So DiGirolamo stepping into this one cold here. Can Sachem try to take advantage of that? Chance blocked in front, save Hanley. Second try, covered up quick. Sachem win it back. It's Lorette. Walks and dishes to Trapani, who will shoot. Goes wide. Kalber up top to the point. Pena. He'll fire. They score! And Sachem will take the lead for the first time tonight. It's 3-2. Wanling going down the line first. He got a piece in front. To the score. And Mare gets the helmet fixed. He's back in the net, so just a brief cameo from Michael DiGirolamo. Sachem possess. Marcus gets around Villani. Across, Moody right on goal. Hanley covers. Shot right off the draw. Again, that pops off a stick as Horman let it go. T-Birds with the face-off win. Touch pass, middle, stolen. Backdoor try, one-timer! They score!
4 straight for Sachem, and it's a 4-2 lead now, late here in period 1. T-Bird's gonna call their timeout. Logan Booth got the scoring started tonight. Gabriel Villani joined the party right after for the T-Birds, about 2 minutes apart. About 50 seconds after that, though, Cam Calber made a 2-1 game. Minute 16 later, it was Trapani who tied it up at 2. And we've just seen 2 goals in the last 37 seconds. Four to the score line for Sachem. As the T-Birds had a hot start to this game, but Sachem woke up and has responded ferociously. It's the T-Birds who possess, turnover forced again. That shot blocked. It was Stoltenborg who's trying to get it through. Backhand try. They score on the spinning shot. Chase Saunders tucks it in. Little spinorama out in the slot, 5-2. Cam Calber, first player in the SCHSHL Varsity Division to hit 40 points this season. Bicel puts it on goal. Poke free, we get a whistle. And now Cruz and Bicel, a little pushing and shoving. Keep our eye out on Saunders tonight as well, as he entered tonight 4 points away, pardon me, from 30, now 3 points away after his goal. Trapani up over 20 points now as well. Here for Sachem. One back to Lengyel. Broken up by Sell. Boot to the slot. Ogburn's shot off the noggin of Mare. Booth keeps it in. Slides it to Bicel. Turning shot ripped wide. Ogburn takes a bump, loses the handle. Calver is going to wheel. Cam Calver outside for Cruz. Across the seam just behind Trapani. Ogburn one-hands it to neutral ice. Trapani picks it up, tucks the shoulder. Around the net he goes. Up to the point to Lengyel, one-timer. Blocked by King. Cruz stops up, hits Trapani with the pass. Cycles to Calver. Works it up to the point, Bicel all over. Low to Trapani. Cross to Cruz off the backhand. Cycles it low for Wanling. Booth defends him. Out to the slot. Cruz drags. Diving block for Tom Ford. Pops to Wanling. Across to Lengyel.
Changes the angle, curls back on the dot for Wandling again. He'll fire, save Hanley, puck still free. Collected by Cruz. Battle continues in front. We got a delayed penalty coming up on the T-Birds. Across, chance, they score! Kalber now with his league-leading 22nd goal, second of the night. And with less than a minute to go in the first, it's 6-2. Great passing on display. Goal on the delayed penalty, so we'll stay 5-on-5 here. Sachem win the faceoff. 6 unanswered goals in this first period. Villani with the shot. Mare pushes it aside. That one on goal. Save Mare, pokes it away. And coming out is Gillen. Gillen has Saguna driving. Backhands it over. Saguna turning shot goes to the corner. Lorette on the keep in. Walking out. Backdoor try. Misses. And comes all the way back from Mare. 10 seconds left in the first here. And Saguna gets a pass over for Gandolfo. Hits him in the glove. Pena touches it up. Hand pass going to be called. Just about ready to go to break here. 6-2 the score line. Our first 2 from the T-Birds. Our last 6 from Sachem. Pushed forward off the draw, one-handed in by Gillen, trying to get one last chance, won't go. Intermission on the way. 6-2 after 1, Sachem. Big response after giving up the first 2. 6 straight tallies and a 4-goal lead as we head to break. Second period is underway. It's a 6-2 game, and Connetquot looking for a goal early here. Aiello cuts in, trying to drop it back to the point, and Drago picks it. Poke check, Barliski. Stoltenborg trying to race in, another poke from Barliski. Flips it down the ice, Moody will settle. Moody off the glass and in deep. Playing the body there, down for Saunders to the slot. Stopped up and covered by Riley Hanley. Wagner takes possession, looking for Ogburn. Moody jumps in out front, stopped up. Hanley gets the whistle. Left of Hanley for the face-off here. One back and possessed by Sachem. Drago to the high slot for Moody. Moody out of the corner, back to the point for Moody again. Couldn't bat it out of the air. He's gonna pinch in. Booth up the boards, knocked down by Moody. Andres trying to clear, kept by Drago. Little stutter step, spins it back to Moody. He'll cut back to the blue line, across. Caden Marcus looking for Drago. Takes a check from Ogburn. They both go down to the ice briefly. Fired down low to Stoltenborg. King meets him there. Pass hits Wagner's skate. King still working hard here. Trying to kick it ahead. 2-on-2. Wagner jabbing at it, not out of the zone. Up top, pass redirected and goes to neutral ice. Marcus back to get it with Ogburn pressuring. Calber redirects it into the zone to avoid the icing. Larry Andres is there. Gonna settle this rolling puck and lead the breakout. A high flip, and Marcus will settle. D-to-D pass, and a long stretch hits Trapani, who's on a breakaway. Trapani's in, he scores! Trapani with 2 tonight now. A beautiful feed to the far blue. And Trapani accepts the pass in stride. Never even took it off the forehand. Just opened up the blade and put the shot upstairs. Petrie with the puck behind his own goal line, D-to-D. Return to him from Barliski. Put it off the back of the net. It popped out to Wanling instead. Down low for Calber. Into the slot looking Trapani. And it was broken up. Langiel pinches to keep the zone. Milani will skate it out. He gets stopped just outside of the zone as Cruz is back in, spinning, protecting the puck. Now dishes, stays behind the net. Calber with a drag, knocked away by Petrie. Langiel from the point. His shot's blocked by Sell behind the net. A high flip over. Rocha clears it out to Villani. Langiel gets good wood on it. And Trapani toe drags through. What a move. Now to Calber. Calber to his backhand. Denied by Hanley. Delayed penalty coming up on the play as well. Take another look here as Villani's going to get called on that hack right there, but Hanley, a beautiful save on the breakaway chance for Cam Calber. Power play Sachem in this 7-2 hockey game. Back to the point, and Booth is going to jump it. Short-handed, here comes Logan Booth. What a move! Booth is in, he scores! Highlight reel goal for Logan Booth. It's a shorty, 7-3. Silky toe drag and a beautiful wrist shot.
T-Birds down by 4. Dumped in. Maury leaves it out for Pena. Pena across. Sachem working back into the zone. Shot missed the target for Horman. Saguna's back to collect. Still a minute 25 left on the penalty to Villani. Booth got that shorty early. Backhanded to the corner. Tom Ford took a bump, and that allowed Booth to take the puck. Going to continue to skate now, floats it on net. Mare kicks it aside. Lorette, turnover forced by Wagner, trying to hit Booth in the high slot. Knocked out of the air and neutral ice by Gillen. Pena will settle this down and hinges it for Lorette. Quick one-touch pass. And Saguna circles back. Horman to Gillen. Gillen kicks it across. Horman and Booth racing after it. Booth with a big hit. And the puck squirts to Wagner. Wagner shoots, glove save Mare. Mare's gonna cover and take the whistle. Icing going to be called here. Sachem on the D-zone face-off. Unable to clear right away as the puck skips back to the net. It's covered. Stretch out to Saunders. Saunders got through Petrie, but a little bit too far in front. And Gandolfo couldn't get the stick on it there. Moody dumps this one down the ice. Petrie's going to be back for it. Throws it around for Barliski. Came off the stick and Gandolfo put it back low. Saunders out to the high slot. Moody gets it at the point. Walks around Jack alone. Now opens up and shoots. It's a glove save for Hanley. Five-a-side hockey here. Another chance right off the face-off. Covered up. We'll do the face-off from the same spot. Gandolfo, shot ramps up a stick, goes out of play. Another chance off the draw. Saunders misses. Big hit thrown by Marcus as Bicel was trying to cut wide with pace. T-Birds and the Logan Booth shorty cut down the heater that Sachem was on, scoring 7 straight. Booth made it a 7-3 game. Haven't had a goal since that marker as it's dumped in, and Aiello's going to get there first. Up top for King. Pass behind Wagner, collects off the boards, and turning try blocked by Moody.
Moody starts to wheel out. Headmans it for Saunders. Collects it off the wall. Petrie slows him down. Takes it away. Moves it to Booth. Booth with a dump in straight on net. Mare leaves it for Marcus. He'll stop up to get around Booth. T-Birds putting the pressure on. Calverer drives into the zone, has Trapani trailing, shot save, rebound still there. Barlitsky to the wall, Jack alone gets the stick lifted. Calverer keeps it in, drives and shoots, just off target with it. Wrapped around, Booth there to collect, and throws it all the way out. That one gonna be offside. T-Birds break out. Wagner gains the red, dumps it in with 6.5 remaining in the second. Wagner pops to the point for Tom Ford. That shot takes a couple of hops. Mare just turns it aside. Cruz avoids a check. A cross-ice pass, looking a Wandling. Came behind him, Ogburn dragging it. Takes a check from Calver, back with Ogburn. Still a fight for it at the red, and now it's Trapani who turns north instead. Trapani trying to cut through King, knocks him off the puck. Keeps working for it. He's forced behind the net. Trapani out of the corner. Calvera takes a bump. Bunch of skaters still tied up here. Calvera takes a hit again. Now Trapani poked away by Ogburn. Villani, little chip and chase. Continuing after it. Just poked away from him by Langiel. And Cruz will turn and carry. Cruz on the forehand, rolled up on him and put it over the head of Hanley. So Wagner has Booth driving hard. Wagner pass it a shin pad, pops to Villani. Villani's shot, that's blocked. Wagner couldn't settle it down. Booth pokes it away from Cruz. Villani to Wagner on the cycle. Out front, doesn't make it to Booth. Saguna on a stick lift and he's out. Pass jumps over Calver's stick. Hard off the boards. Taken away from Villani. Barliski regains possession. Petrie stretching it out. Villani trying to get a break there. Stolen by Sachem. Saguna. Fans on the pass. Now it pops to Calbert. He'll go to the point. Jack alone off the bench. Forces it to neutral ice. Lorette with a head fake keeps possession. Pass. Misses tape, icing called. .415 here in period 2. It was 6-2 after the first, 1-1 here in this second period. Gives us a 7-3 hockey game in favor of the Sachem Hockey Club. Offside called. Saguna just in before the puck. Puck thrown in hard. T-Birds looking to get on it. King on the keep. Jack alone racing after it. Comes together with Lorette. Puts it on goal. Mare with the save. Takes the whistle. Hard wrap, King on the keep. And it's going to end up popping into the T-Bird bench. Sachem right out after the D-zone draw. It's Horman. Continuing wide, Booth there to play the body. Knocks him off the puck, and King will pick a pass and flip it out to center. Lorette dumps it back in. Gillen there to play the body. Across the seam, Saguna, wrist shot, toe save. Horman slips through to get the rebound. Moves it for Saguna, and that shot hits a stick. And then off the ceiling. Looks like we got some coincidental penalties coming up here. Going both ways. So Horman and King go to the box. Coincidental minors, nothing on the board. Stay 5 on 5. D-to-D pass. Moody with a one-timer. Pad save for Hanley. Pops away in the air, stays in the corner. Battle continuing. Back out front. Hanley takes the stoppage. Stick save, rebound still loose. Hanley quickly on top of it. Behind the net. Chance, what a stop by Hanley. Beautiful feed into the slot. Hanley denies him. It's a power play for the T-Birds. Begins with a face-off that's kicked back and forced out by Sachem. Stoltenborg buzzing ahead, but punches it over the glass inadvertently. And we'll get a whistle. Moody with a shot from the point. Villani blocks. Booth starts to go, cuts back instead to create space. Villani tried to dump it in. Blocked down, and T-Birds regroup. It's Villani again with it. Curls towards the boards, cutting middle. jabbed away from him. Now Ogburn will wheel into the zone. Another poke check off his stick. High flip over the glass, out of play once again. Face off right of Mare. One to the slot, backhand try, Ogburn. Missed the target with it. It's poked out to neutralize. Booth races across, swats it ahead. Came off the shin pad of Drago. Wagner rolls and swings it to Booth, who collects it off the boards. Logan Booth stops up, looking for the lane. Hits Villani on the tape. Villani drags and shoots, hits the post. Pokes it up top for Ogburn. Back down the boards. Villani looking to settle. And we got a penalty called here. The whistle came with the T-Birds in possession, but I don't believe anyone on the T-Birds got called for a penalty. I believe the penalty was called on Mare. And it's going to be 5-on-3. Connetquot Sayville here. So Stoltenborg is going to go serve the penalty for Mare as the netminder gets called for 2. 5-on-3 in the final minute of the second. Puck underneath Lorette. Wagner digs it out. Pass for Booth. Booth walks and fires. Mare keeps it out. Big save there for the Sachem netminder as it falls underneath him. New center in for the T-Birds as Wagner will take it now. Sachem looked to clear. Friendly hop for him. Chip and chase for Kalberer. Kalberer curls back. Booth defends now. He's going to try to skate this all the way back out to center. He does. And Kalberer takes a big hit from Ogburn. A penalty going to be called on Richie Ogburn as Kalberer got sandwiched between Ogburn and Booth. And it's going to go to 4-on-3 now. Roughing call on Ogburn. So 4-on-3 now. Now it's going to be 4-on-4. Villani into the zone. Forced to the corner, moves it to Bicel. Back door! Doesn't go at the buzzer! Right as time expires, Booth so close to making it 7-4. Instead, we'll go to break. It remains 7-3. Great chance at the end there. We'll take a break and return with the third period in just a minute. The third is live. It's 4-on-4 to kick things off here for the next minute. And not for long, as we got another penalty called. Back to 4-on-3 we go. Wanlin getting the gate, 2 for tripping. And now a 4-on-3 power play for the T-Birds once again. We'll reset the penalty clock to 2 minutes. Bicel and Calber for the face-off. Bicel wins it to Booth. Booth trying to cut straight to the cage. Mare quick to cover. Thrown in, Lorette trying to clear, takes a big kick off a dasher. Pena and Bicel racing after it. Puck pops in the air about 20 feet, and Booth keeps it in for Villani. One-timer, he scores! What a bomb from Villani on the power play. 7-4 game. You're not going to see many more one-timers here in the SCHSHL with more velocity behind it than that one. Joe Villani with a bullet, gets his second of the night, and the T-Birds cut the lead to 3. Moody going to post up behind his own net. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 50 seconds. Moody looking long. Trapani got a piece of it, so it won't be an icing. Didn't make it to the goal line regardless, as King now puts it around the wall for Aiello. Aiello cutting wide on Marcus, angles him off the puck. Villani racing after it, trying to curl back down low. Working on the protection. Leaves it for King. Moves it back door. Booth was trying to spin and shoot. Couldn't get it through. And now Saunders with a straight lane ahead. Saunders fires. Save. Covered up by Hanley. Shot saved by Hanley right off the draw. King takes possession for the T-Birds. Weak side wrap. Moody keeps it. Shovels it back behind the net. One-handed out. Villani will take it away. Power play now. Connetquot Sayville as Ogburn returns to the ice. Booth, the first forechecker on Marcus. He'll stop up to evade the pressure. Ogburn on him now. Good skating from Marcus. Takes a bump from Aiello. Around the wall, kept in by Ogburn. Back for King. Hits Saunders. And Caden Marcus can settle down and clear. Touch pass middle for Saunders. That shot's blocked. And we'll go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Just the lone goal given up by Sachem on that long power play going back to the second period. As Booth cuts back into the zone. He'll stop up. Swings it to King. Back to the corner for Booth. Drops it off by Bicel. Mare with the save. Read the pass from behind the net. from the point. Shot got blocked. Stretch to Drago. He'll cut to the middle of the ice. Shot on goal, save, rebound, and Hanley gets the glove on it again. Langiel hammers it to the corner after receiving it off the faceoff. Bicel picks one, swings it to Barliski. Intercepted, Drago got the skate there. Fans on the pass attempt. Now trying to go to the net, kicks back door, still loose, goes to the corner. And Wagner puts it around to Jack alone. Takes a hit as Wagner takes the puck and puts it off the wall to Bicel. He'll stop up. Shot gets blocked by Langiel. Bicel gets it back to the middle. Mare quick to cover. Recognized Langiel. His D-man lost the twig. So takes the whistle for Sachem. Travis Quigley here on the call. Wally Mitchell on the camera. Back to the point. That one blocked. As Sachem get a 3-on-2 chance. Up 7-4. Saguna out of the corner. Hits the pad of Hanley. Kicks right back to Saguna for Horman. Goes behind the net once more. King with it. Up the boards. Pena races to keep it alive. Booth trying to glove it down. Andres trying to clear. Pena digging it off the wall. Spinning pass. Ended up behind the stick of Gillen. T-Birds can clear as Booth headmans it to Ogburn. And Ogburn gets run into by Lorette. Booth takes it away. Skips past the check. Delani behind to help. Jabbed away from him by Saguna. Pass is blocked. Booth on the keep in. He gets taken down and a penalty coming up. Another power play for Connetquot Sayville here. Shot from the point, pushed aside. Back out in front again. Bicel couldn't get the stick on it. Ogburn across to Wagner, no shot there. Valani leading the breakout. Looking through the middle off the stick of Bicel. They'll cycle it down. Hard clearing attempt from Marcus, gets out of the zone. Wanling wins the foot race for it. Booth trying to knock it away. Those two continue to engage. Hits the back of the net and Ogburn scoops it. Ogburn cutting wide under the triangle of Moody, who just stops him in the nick of time. And the clearing attempt goes through Villani's legs. 9 minutes left here in the third. Booth gonna leave the rush. Barliski to Bicel. Back over, under the stick of Aiello. Villani can't keep it in. Intercepted by Sell out front, pad save, rebound still there. Puck underneath Mare. 5 seconds left on the penalty. Mare with a big stop. Saguna, leg over the board, out of the box, 5-on-5 again. Barliski gets there first. Bicel, forced around the net. Throws it out front, backhand try, Villani, not much space. As Cruz was all over. Now a one-timer for Bicel. And Mare with the pad, keeps it out. Ogburn. Chance blocked, and it's stretched for Drago. 2-on-1. That one blocked by King. Back with Drago. He'll turn and shoot. Hits the mask of Hanley. Behind the net, Saunders. So Stoltenborg poked away by King. Around for Wagner. Wagner off the stick of Ogburn. Stoltenberg drops it back for Lengyel. Got a delayed penalty on the way here. Interference call coming up. And Jack Alone's going to the box, and Sachem's going on the power play. Power play starts here for Sachem, looking to increase the tally. Pops to the point. Back middle, Lorette touched over for Drago, just keeps it in, takes a hard check from Booth, who puts it to neutral ice. Lorette over to Pena. Over the line, Stoltenborg lost it. And T-Bird's clear. Mare gonna meet the puck in the corner and backhand it around for Lorette. Stoltenborg on the breakout. Stoltenborg cuts middle. Pass behind Saunders. Backhand try Marcus. Cleared out, chance brewing. Ogburn back into the net. Bicel trying to dig it free. It's still loose, now a backhander, and Mare makes the save. Cross for Calberer. Calberer curls. Lost his footing, got it to Marcus. Now walks off the boards with it. Walks and scores! Cam Calberer on the power play. And he is going to get his second of the night, 5th point of the game. An 8-4 lead now. From the point, that's deflected. Back in front. Saguna in, trying to go short side. Hits the glass, and it stays in. That one goes over the net. A little over 3:30 left in this hockey game. As Mooney into the zone, knocked off the puck through a combination of Booth and King. Horman skate to stick on the keep-in. Knocked down by Larry Andrus. Gillen across. Plays the body on Villani. Horman. Slap shot hits the glass. D to D for Cruz. That shot through traffic. Hanley fights it off, makes the save. Drago off the boards, drops it off to Saunders. Save made, puck still free. Both sides digging, ends up behind the net. Behind the net for the T-Birds, out front Ogburn. Jack alone couldn't settle. Cruz for Drago, onto his backhand, save made, rebound there. forced behind the net. Pass gets blocked off, and Petrie looks to clear. Aiello avoids a check. Poked away from Drago as he tries to clear. Nice move, Drago. Outside in, trying to get back out. Had it swept away the second time around. Milani will collect and a couple crossovers down the sheet. Langiel swipes it away and plays the body on him. Drops it for Stoltenborg. That shot pad save, rebound, stopped again. Seconds to go here. Milani's shot gets blocked. Waning seconds as that one is flipped on goal. Mare steers it off behind the net, and that does it. Sachem gonna complete the season double over Connetquot. An 8-4 victory tonight over the T-Birds to secure victory and move to 11-3. Up to 22 points now, just one back of the Friars and the Bulls. T-Birds back in action on Sunday night, 6:20 game against KPC. We will see you then. Sachem coming off of this win. That makes it 5 straight for Sachem Hockey Club, and they get to go into the break on a roll. Not back with us until Sunday, January 4th, so all of our Sachem fans at home, please have a happy and healthy holiday season. We'll see some of you guys for the All-Star game on Saturday, December 27th, the skills competition and All-Star game, I should say. And then we're back here in the varsity division Sunday, January 4th. Sachem taking on the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls at 6:20. So again, please have a happy and healthy holiday. Enjoy the time with friends and family. And we'll see you guys for the All-Star game on the 27th. 8-4 the final. Sachem picking up the win over the T-Birds. One more game tonight. Don't go anywhere. It's the Bulls taking on the Patriots. Coming up next. On behalf of Wally Mitchell, I'm Travis Quigley. Have a great rest of the night, everybody.